Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Mama Ruth here with another family favorite recipe. Today, I will show you how to make hot pot potatoes or African stewed potatoes. This is a very delicious meal, sure to please. I will break down the instructions such that even a beginner can prepare this very delicious meal. Guys, don't forget to thumbs up the video, leave a comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Alright guys, let's go through the ingredients. I like to use potatoes. You can use any potatoes. This is 5 pounds. Some diced tomatoes. I'm using the canned diced tomatoes. That's 14.5 ounce canned. All-purpose seasoning. You can use any. And then thyme. This is a must-have in this recipe for me. Chicken bouillon cubes. You can omit that if you want. I'm using 2. Some black pepper, salt, and then garlic. You have to use garlic. I have 4 cloves, about a thumb size ginger, and then onions. You can use any onion. We're gonna need about half of this. And then I absolutely always put sausage in my hot pot. It adds that smokiness. I like this particular sausage. Then we're gonna need some oil to cook with. Next, let's go through the tools. We need a bowl, put some cold water in there, and then we need a couple of knives. The big knife that you will use to dice your onions, cut the sausage, and then to peel the potatoes, you can use a vegetable peeler if you're not comfortable using a knife, but I like to use the small knife. You also need a spatula to cook with, and then 1 big pot to cook the potatoes in. First, we're going to peel our potatoes, and as we peel the potatoes, we will cut them up into bite-sized pieces and then put in the cold water over here so the potatoes don't brown. Put this in here. So you can use a peeler, peel like so. Just like so. And then we're gonna divide this into 4 pieces. So 4 pieces. Or use a knife to peel. For some of us, this is faster because this is how we learned how to do it. Now we're done peeling the potatoes. We're just gonna wash it. So after washing our potatoes, we will put it back in that bowl and then add water to it. Add enough cold water to cover the potatoes. Again, the reason why we're doing this is to prevent discoloration. Next, we're going to peel the garlic, peel the ginger, open the diced canned tomatoes, and pour everything into a blender and then blend.
Three, two, one.
We will pour the garlic, ginger, and tomato mixture into a bowl and then add more water to that blender and just set it aside. We are going to need that later on. Now let's prepare our onions. I'm only going to use half of this onion because it is quite large. If you're using a medium or small onion, you can use all of it. So we're going to dice our onion, and then the other half we will save it in the fridge. And to save onions in the fridge that you have already cut open, what you want to do is wrap it up in aluminum foil. It prevents the odor from escaping and messing up your milk and whatever else that you have in the fridge. All right, guys. Okay, now let's work on our sausage. Again, I like to use sausage because it adds smokiness, Back home in Cameroon, people use like crayfish to add that smokiness or smoked fish. I find that sausage does the same thing. You can also replace it with turkey, smoked turkey. So we're going to bring our pot, heat up our pot, and then add some oil to it. Added about a quarter cup of oil, and then brown the sausage.
3, 2, 1.
Once our sausage is brown, we're going to move it to the side of our pot and then saute our onions for about 2 minutes until it is fragrant. Now we're going to add our tomato mixture. That's the tomato, ginger, and garlic blended. And then we will cook it for about 5 minutes. Now let's add our seasonings. I'm adding half a teaspoon of black pepper. I'm adding a couple of shakes of the thyme. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of salt, and then the all-purpose seasoning. You can replace this with what you have on hand. I'm sure it's going to taste good. I'm just sharing with you what I like to use. Once you add everything, just always stir to combine and taste to make sure that it tastes good. Next, drain the water from the potatoes and add to your pot, and then add liquid. You can use plain water or you can use chicken or beef broth. You want to add enough water or broth to just cover your potatoes. Because I use plain water, I went ahead and added 2 cubes of the chicken bouillon.
3, 2, 1.
Now we're going to put a lid on our potato mixture and let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we are going to time it and cook for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, check your potatoes for doneness, and you do that by using a fork. The fork should easily go through the potatoes. Make sure you taste and adjust the seasoning. So I'm adding more thyme, more of the all-purpose seasoning, more of the black pepper. To thicken the sauce a little, I will continue cooking it open so that I can evaporate some of the water, maybe for 3 to 5 minutes. I went ahead and added some green onions for taste and also for color. Some people like to add vegetables like spinach, some like to add carrots and green beans and that kind of stuff. But sometimes I just like to keep it simple. At this point, our potatoes it's ready. I also added some fresh herbs, fresh basil actually. You can add fresh thyme, whatever that you like.
3, 2, 1.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you try making this. Let me know if you like it. And until next time, bye guys.